Hello, everyone. My name is Mimi, and you are listening to A Dash of Colors. This channel is a self help channel dedicated to everyone who is on their journey of self love and care. I want to use this opportunity to welcome back our consistent listeners, and if you're new here, welcome to our safe zone. And I am happy to have you listening. Do not forget to subscribe so you can get our daily episodes on Wednesdays and on Fridays. So today I'm talking about this topic I call quit the comparison. You're doing your best. I happen to be one of those people who can be very self-judgmental. I would never judge any other person but myself, and I would rather put myself in the tightest of positions than I would put any other person. And as a result, I tend to be very hard on myself a lot, especially because I have very high expectations from myself, and there are things that I believe that I should have attained at my age. So this couple of weeks I have dedicated myself to actually unlearning a lot of things and growing and reading and trying to figure out what to do again all over. And it can get very overwhelming when you have thoughts like you're not doing enough, you're not good enough, or when someone out of the blues is doing some exploits and it seems like you're just running in circles yet to break free from your own shackles. That's exactly how it felt for me this past week, and that experience is what I want to share with you today, because I feel like every other person at some point tends to judge themselves so easily, and the amazing thing is you are actually doing your best. Before we continue, if you haven't subscribed to our Telegram community, kindly click the link in the description of this episode and join our community. We share exciting tips to keep you going on a daily. So while the podcast comes on Wednesdays and Fridays, for the Telegram community, it's a platform where you get daily notifications on things that could actually help your life on a daily basis. So please do not forget to subscribe. I'll be more than grateful to have you as an audience. So back to the episode. Comparison is a thief of joy. I've heard people say that a couple times, and I feel like we really do not understand it. Imagine this: your classmate who is probably your age, and at some point you felt like you were actually brighter or relatively better than this person in so many aspects that you could see, even though you really do not know the person on an in-depth level. But we all know people who are brighter, and we all know people who we are brighter than somehow. And you just realize that this classmate of yours happens to have hit a very big breakthrough, and you are still stuck in your circles, and you really do not understand how exactly life has to be particularly unfair to you. And the right thing to do is to say, this person is doing way better than I am. This person shouldn't even be doing as much as this, but look at where I am. I am in a very fixed position, messed up, probably indebted a lot, or you have other life problems. And then the thing with thoughts like this is you begin to say so many awful things to yourself, and you actually feel like the whole world is against you, and you feel like you barely even know what you want to do anymore, especially because you see news of people who are doing better and you're like thrown off course, and you feel like you are barely even moving from where you are. I don't know what else to say about this other than the fact that it's actually in your head. Yes, people share success stories, especially on LinkedIn. LinkedIn happens to be the most depressing place for people like me. I don't know how people survive, but for me, it's depressing, especially because I feel like I haven't figured out a lot, and then being on a platform where everybody seems to be good at something really doesn't make me feel so good about myself. So I try to stay off. I know so many people might think I'm crazy, but yes, I try to stay off LinkedIn because it makes me feel very, very unsure of myself. So I know that we have all been at situations where we feel like every other person seems to be doing something else, seems to be getting married, seems to be having kids, seems to be traveling abroad and bagging scholarships, seems to have their dream job, seems to have a career that is all going well for them. And what do you have? You have anxiety, you barely slept, you feel numb about even your own existence, and you feel stuck. And then these emotions all usually set in when we open social media and we see people who we believe are doing relatively better than us. And I know that some people might actually think that you are being jealous or whatever, but most times you're not hating on the people who are actually achieving those things. You rather feel incompetent yourself, and you are rather judging yourself. And that was exactly how I felt a few days ago, because I keep seeing people doing way better than I am. See people talk about scholarships they got, see people traveling, and then I'm still here, and it is so easy to feel depressed. It is so easy to fall into a state of darkness, especially because we are constantly saying so many negative things about our lives and how incompetent we are, and how we're undeserving of love, and how we are stuck and things like that. Well, I'm just here to reaffirm this. Stop the comparison. You are doing your very best. And even if it doesn't seem like you are, it is still progress. For someone who used to be depressed, for you to actually sit up and decide that you're going to clean your room, that's a lot of progress that people really do not understand. For someone who is depressed to get up and actually go out, that's a lot of progress. And it might not be progress to every other person who is not in your shoes and who really do not understand how it hurts. But it doesn't change the fact that you are doing your very best. So I am going to use this medium to reassure you that even if things are very blur, even if things are very uncertain, and even if it seems that the whole world is conquering your own demons and you still feel like you're not doing enough, your feelings are very valid. And in as much as you may feel incompetent, do not stay there for so long, because it's actually not the truth. You are doing the best that you can. And I hope this was really encouraging for you. I really needed to say it, even to myself, because it has been some kind of bad days for me recently, with everything looking like it's against me. But we're going, and I want you to keep going. I want you to keep trying. I want you to keep putting yourself out there. Keep trying your hands on things, even if it doesn't make any sense to you or to any other person. Keep doing the things that you really want to do. All right? We are the only ones who can define what our enough is. I had to learn that recently. People feel like having enough is traveling all over the world. And even if that's fun, people also feel like having enough is having the best jobs and things like that. And that's their own definition of what is enough for them. But what is your definition of what is enough for you? Maybe you can start from there, so you can start feeling a lot judgmental about yourself. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you do, please do not forget to subscribe to the podcast, and please subscribe to the Telegram community as well. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Mimi, and this is A Dash of Colors.